Welcome to Fortune Cookies Tarot. This is another tarot deck flip through. Today we're going to look at the Cosmo Tarot. This was a deck that I stumbled upon at Barnes & Noble and I love it. It's very cool, but it is a little bit challenging. There are no numbers on the major arcana. The imagery is not Rider-Waite based. It is its own imagery, so it's pretty wild, but it's still a funky little deck. I do like to use it to read for the Kardashians. I'm going to be honest. I think it's a good Kardashian deck, but let's take a look at it. I'm just going to pull up the card view. And as always, thanks so much for being here. I hope you guys are enjoying these flip throughs. It's just to give you a full spectrum taste of different decks so that you can see them without purchasing them. If you would like to purchase these decks, there is a link, an Amazon affiliate link in the description. I will earn a small fee or commission if you do purchase through the link. So if you like this deck, go ahead and buy it. If not, just enjoy the imagery. Also, if you're interested in classes or learning more about tarot, I do have sections of classes, 12-week blocks of Tarot 101 and Tarot 102 coming up. You can always email me at fortunecookiestarot@gmail.com for more information about classes. So let's get started with this and we'll take a look. So this is a smaller deck. It is really what I would call pocket sized. I don't think that it's really a traditional size deck. They're almost square, almost square. Just to look next to my hand, they're about palm sized. I can hold it about palm sized in my hand. The back, I love space imagery. We've got nice stars here. The box is a simple box, but a good sturdy box. It's not anything weak. The instruction manual is great because it is in color. That is usually a sign that they put a little bit more effort into the production. We get a little bit more imagery here, which I think is key because the imagery is different from the Rider-Waite. So if you're really working with a Rider-Waite based knowledge, you may need the book. You may need to study the book a little bit to get up to speed with this Cosmo Tarot. So let's move those off to the side and we are going to start our flip through. And again, thanks so much for being here. Again, we're doing the flip through for the Cosmo Tarot. So we've got the full card here. As you can see, very, very different from the traditional Rider-Waite. And we're going to pull in on this just a wee bit so you can really get a good view of it. Definitely different from the traditional Rider-Waite. We don't have our little white dog. We don't have our fellow. We don't have our bag slung over our shoulder. We've just got potential and opportunity coming up. The Magician. This is one of the things that I love about this deck is they have these sparkly diamond kind of images here. Really, really cool. You're going to see a lot of faces with our High Priestess, our Empress. We're going to get a lot of hands and fingers and things in the imagery. And of course, that beautiful space in the background. Now, the major arcana is not numbered in this deck. So when we're working with the progression of the major arcana, it is something that you're going to have a working knowledge of because the major arcana is the journey of the Fool or the hero's journey. We have to know where we are in that journey, or at least the progression of the journey. So you will have to have some of this memorized. And I'm going to be honest, I even get mixed up on them after 35 years of study. So you can see we've got all these cool images with the sparkly diamonds. Everybody loves diamonds. We've got the view of the sky, a lot of frames, hands again, planetary imagery, eyes, hands and eyes. It's a wild, wild deck. There's our devil, the hands as horns, the tower falling over, the star with a nice big pair of Rocky Horror Picture Show lips, and the sun. Judgment. We're getting to the end of the major arcana with the World. Now, they do help us out with the minor arcana. You can see there are different colors on the edging for our minor arcana, which is helpful, but not entirely the answer to understanding the progression of these pips as well. The aces or the wands are represented by keys, which makes a lot of sense because the wands are fiery and they are the key to progress in industry. We have these beautiful pink moons in the wands as well. We see this nice pink imagery to go with that chartreuse around the edge. Still lots of eyes. And they do thankfully number the minor arcana to make it a little bit easier for you. So you're not counting a whole bunch of keys every time you get a wand. But this, like the Tarot de Marseille, you do have to have an understanding of the numerology and the progression of those numbers. There's our knight and our queen with her beautiful crown, and there's our king with his beautiful crown. Moving on to the swords, which are communication, swift communication as well. We do get a pen instead of an actual sword. The pen is mightier than the sword. Some of us remember that. And we still have the beautiful gems in this, and there is a beautiful blue that runs throughout this particular suit with those pens matching or complementing the red border. 8 of swords, 9 of swords, 10 of swords, and then moving into our court cards, the page, knight, queen, king, and we go to the cups. The cups are represented, fortunately, by cups. Nice and easy, but again, no imagery to lean into. We've got this beautiful blue trim work on it and complementing pink in the card. Still some star maps thrown in there and that beautiful pink moon. Eyes and gems. Heading to our 10 of cups, our page of cups, knight of cups, queen of cups, king of cups. Moving to the pentacles, our pentacles are watchworks or watches, not watchworks, but the pentacles, which this was a little tricky for me because pentacles are physical things. Time is not a physical thing. So little disconnected there, but I still like them. I still like it. As I tell my students, whenever you get a new deck, you should do a reading with it. And sometimes you should interview your deck. And sometimes suits or cards will mean something a little bit different to you. So having this represent time as a foundational thing in our lives, the suit takes on a little bit of a different flavor. There's our page of pentacles coming to the end of our minor arcana, the knight, the queen, and of course, our king of pentacles. So, and all these cards, of course, have the beautiful starry background, which I love, 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 love. But I do hope that you enjoyed this. If you are a student of tarot that has a little bit of understanding, if you have a little bit of time under your belt, a little bit of understanding, you can easily adapt this deck to your practice. It just may take you a little bit of time. For me, I wouldn't be opposed to putting numbers on the major arcana if you do need that to help you out in your readings, to help you kind of understand it. The finish of these cards is satiny, so I would not, it's like a kind of a more matte satin. I wouldn't put stickers on them. I don't think that they would survive the removal of the sticker. I think you would be pulling the finish off the card. So I would be very cautious about that. But I wouldn't be afraid of this deck. I think it's a really fun one. I think it's a different one. I had never seen it before when I ran into it at Barnes & Noble. So I was more than happy to scoop it up and add it to my collection. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. Again, thank you so much. Private coaching, group lessons, and I will have a digital course coming out in the next few months. if you want to study tarot, I'm your gal. fortunecookiestarot@gmail.com. You can email me with any questions. Love to teach. It's one of my favorite things to do. So I hope to see some of you on the roster. And as always, please be sure to like, share, and subscribe, and check out the Psychic News Report. It's a collaborative effort that we just started in April of 2024. It's a collaborative effort with a number of other YouTubers, Thor Sandalwood, Rick, Paul, the Psychic Medium, and hosted by Rob Akampora. It's a great time. You know, we've got Tarot Destiny and Tarot and Pause, Deborah from Tarot and Pause, that are working with us as well. And we're going to bring you the news with a psychic scope. So it's super, super fun. There's a link to that channel as well in the description. So I hope to see all of you soon. Have a great day.